morning, and apologies to those of you that like to watch my vlogs in order. There was an upload failure on YouTube on my Denver to Chicago train route, mostly because I'd offloaded the YouTube app to try and transfer Chicago's video. Oh, and of course I deleted it, but I had saved it to here, which is fine, but I can't work out how to get it back on my phone, and I could probably plug it into my laptop and do it that way. But by the time I've sorted around there, it's probably quicker just to remake the movie. Luckily, I hadn't deleted the videos, so I'm going to sit and do that this morning. There's no hot water or tea or coffee making facilities in the room here, so you have to go downstairs. There's complimentary cappuccinos, lattes and coffee, but I can't get there at the moment because there's some woman shouting her mouth off and loads of police down there. So I just got myself some water to wet my whistle with, so that will do me for now, and I'm going to stay up here. Checkout isn't until midday, which is great, and I've just checked I can leave my bags here, so I'm going to do that and hang around this area and hoping to head to the Architect boat tour today. There's one at midday, so hopefully I can get on that before I then come back and get my stuff and head to the train station. And I think what I'll do is probably just get a cab there, but I'll ask the hotel to book me one this time rather than taking a cab that was going to sting me. I thought I was doing really well. I'm all packed, showered, dressed, ready to go. Just waiting for my film to upload, and then I'm going to go check out. And now I can't find my room key card. I went down for my cup of tea this morning, and I don't know what I've done with it, which is all very well because I'm checking out, but I need it to get down in the lift. Oh, what am I going to do? I can't take all my cases and that down by the stairs. I might have to walk down 10 flights though to go and summon some help. I found it. I'm on fire today. I thought, my covers weren't thrown over when I came back in. Yes! Hopefully we're on to a winner today. I've just checked out the hotel Felix. I've got my bags. I'm now walking down Huron Road, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to my friend Paula, who watches my vlogs every day, and he rang me this morning to say, don't worry about your breathlessness, it's because the air's so cold here, and that's what that, and dry and cold. So I've dug this out. She said keep this covered, so I've dug that out, even though it's steaming up the glasses, to try and protect the lungs from the cold dry air. And I'd also like to say thank you to Penny for buying me more coffees, and also to Helen for buying me lots of coffees. I really do appreciate it. It makes a huge difference when I drink my coffees, buy my teas or coffees, because I think of you. So thank you. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee, then you can do so by going to the Buy Me a Coffee link that is in the write-up down below. It's in my bio up above, and it's all around, and it's very much appreciated. This is the Magnificent Mile, which you will see on your map as the Magnificent Mile, but it's actually called Michigan, so that's what you need to look for if you're coming out this way to all the glorious shops. I might find some boots at some point, but I'm going to head straight for the ferry first. Quick diversion first though. Morning cuppa. Maybe not that one. The queue is horrendous. Everyone. Hopefully this means I'm heading in the right direction, because I've got to go over the bridge to the other side of the river for my cruise. The skyline here is just magnificent. Everywhere you look there's something a little bit different. There is an underpass to Navy Pier here, so just past the Marriott Hotel, opposite Pandora, Men's Warehouse, and that magnificent building there. And but it does say there's a trolley, Navy Pier trolley as well. But that's seasonal, so maybe not running right now. Beautiful tower is Tribune Tower, and it's actually luxury residences. how wonderful to live there. But it'll cost a tidy sum though. I'm not quite sure why it's got that there, but I'll have to have a little look into it. Trying to take a photo of myself with the angel wings and it really wasn't working. This lovely chap stopped to take a photo of me. He even had to take his glasses off and get cold fingers. So just on the off chance you're watching, thank you. This really is magical. If you're able to travel and you want to come to America, definitely put Chicago on your list. Crossing over the bridge from the north to the south side, and hopefully, if I read my map properly, then the architect cruises should be over there somewhere, or certainly the building for the architect place. But you know what I'm like with map reading and getting lost? There it is, right in the corner. Even I can't miss that. I got my ticket. They're so lovely in there. You're going, it's $54 and I think it's only about an hour and a half, but we'll see if it's worth it. It's better than a cab ride anyway. It's longer than that, isn't it? And bless her, she was trying to explain to me where to go. I mean, it's literally across the street, but I still couldn't understand, but she came out to the window to point it out to me. The architect centre is there. I just show a little bit of architecture on the way. I do love the Chicago Tribune building right there. And literally we've just got to go there where it says ticket downstairs. So off I go. He's actually a little man there selling, well, not a little man, he's not little, that's a bit rude, isn't it? There's a man there selling tickets as well on this corner, so you can get them right here if you want to. Going along the river walk, there is actually disability ramps. I'm coming down these steps thinking, oh, how do we get down here? But east of State Street, west of Clark Street and west of Franklin Street, and where the junction where I actually got the tickets and where the architect centre was actually at the junction with Franklin and Wacker. And just as you come down the steps by the river walk, you can get all your cruise tickets here as well. I did ask the man at the top selling tickets which boat to get, which I'm glad I did, because it says this is the architect cruise, but he actually said to me it'd be the second one up here where the blue flags are. So if I hadn't have asked, I probably would have been standing there, wouldn't I? Like a prize, you know what? Waiting for a boat that wasn't going anywhere. Now on the boat, and although I didn't get a priority ticket, my disabled card did work, so I couldn't stand in the queue. So if you have got a disability, if you've got your access card, this is a UK card but it works in America as well, then just use it. You don't have to pay the extra if you've got a disability. You know, use the perk where you can. Now, I know that I get much better footage for you up top, and I know I'm less likely to feel seasick up there, but I'm sorry, it's just far too cold, so you're going to have to put when you're looking out the window. And it's not Starbucks, but at last I've got my coffee, just a black coffee they do on the boat. There is a bar here, with alcohol of course, but it's fine. I'm completely over that now, but I won't ever get complacent, so don't worry.
The city of Chicago was trying to make itself look like Paris, so it's modeled after the Alexander III Bridge in Paris. And you'll notice that there are bridge hotel style. It's got columns, it's got griffins, and way up at the top it's got that belvedere. But like a lot of buildings that I'm going to talk about today, this one has changed its use. Today it is a hotel, and that is one of the favorite spots for brides to marry Engelberg, and is in a Beaux-Art commercial style. There are 3 days. There's a vase, there's a shaft, and then there's that big tower, which at one time was called the Stratosphere Lounge. And outburst in the past, but in a more whimsical way. It's got that triangle or pediment on the top. This is by Roberto Bofill. It's very little, like a little Fiat, but mostly on gravity. Once it goes up, it then comes down, and it's all gravitational. All right. We're looking more at the river walk on the left-hand side, and normally there's a fountain there. They haven't turned it on yet, but this is more for the kids. Everything on the river walk has got some sort of purpose. We've got to take advantage of everything that's on the river. It's called River Bend because the river bends right here, and it is in a style that we call Art Deco. All of the vertical lines on that building make your eye go whoosh, all the way up to the top. All the horizontal lines are either set back with different color or in some Schmidt Garden Martin building. And it's totally different than Art Deco. It's horizontal. Your eyes go all the way along because of the lines in the design. Part of the building has got a very, very narrow lot because on the side that's facing here, it's required to have a river walk, and on the sides that we can't see there are the train tracks. So what the architects did here is called cantilevering. They built up the building on a small lot, and then they expanded it on either side. Just like my shoulder can hold my arm up without a post or my hand, this building is cantilevered out over the. It's the largest opera house in the United States, with the exception of New York's Metropolitan. This today is the Lyric Opera because when they opened this building, 7 days later, the stock market crashed and everybody went broke. So Lyric Opera today, and they are showing Aida, which I just saw last night. The music is spectacular. If you're into opera at all, go see it. It's a very interesting production.
It's actually not too bad up here, so I'll stick around for a bit.
Skidmore, Owens and Merrill. The style proliferated after the war. Before the war, there was a school of modern art and architecture in Germany called the Bauhaus. And the Bauhaus was, they were very forward-thinking in designs for teapots and tablecloths and drapery at the Illinois Institute of Technology, today known as Illinois Tech. Important thing, just to give you some idea of how big this building is, the top is a rooftop of 3.5 acres. And if you work in that building, if you work for Walgreens or PepsiCo or some of those companies listed, then you can look at lunch hour, you can go play basketball. There's a basketball court, there's a tennis court, there's a running path, there's all kinds of stuff. That's enough to hold the bulk of the building. There's also enough to give them enough space for all of Sears' employees. And then they go higher. They take away some of the tubes because they're just going to rent out office buildings, and this is the capacity. So what you see at the top, there are 2 tubes that are left, the last 2. The building in front of Sears is something totally different. The Sears is rectangular. 233 Wacker is octagonal. It is not a building that particularly likes the river. It's an Art Deco building with some beautiful designs on it. Your eyes go straight up. But if you notice the heads in the front, those are guys who are involved in retail, like Wanamaker and Field and some of the others. And they don't face the river. They face the building. The building isn't too concerned about the river. It's a private place where you go with your interior designer to pick out furnishings and stuff. Today it is half merchandise mart and half building coming out from under the bridge. It says Chicago Cut Steakhouse on it, and it's a Picard Chilton building, and it's one that we use as an example of a LEED certified building. Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. In other words, that building is recycling everything. It was built with recycled materials. It is, for our purposes, it sucks in water, uses it for the heating and air conditioning system, cleans it, and returns it to the river cleaner than what they took before. Very much push on sustainability. It's what the city is looking for. Apartments upstairs, park your car in the middle, and down at the bottom there was all kinds of activities and things for play, including a movie theater and an ice skating rink and things. Over the years it has changed. It is now condos up at the top, and the marina is now commercial. You can rent a boat if you decide you want to take this tour again by yourself. You can rent a boat by the hour. I wonder what Mies van der Rohe, who was less is more, would do with the Langham Hotel, which uses Swarovski crystals and puddle silk draperies. Not exactly the same. All right, this is the 2000.
You can see here where they called it the Green River.
And Howells and Hogan, the architects in New York, were smart enough to know that the person who was going to select the winner had been in France during World War I.
Navy Pier where I was yesterday. No, what happened to the end there?
That left Navy Pier to become...
Unless you need to go to the end, as I said yesterday, I recommend just walking up to where that wheel is, really.
Is the pier for the people with the...
Because you can still see the beautiful view.
I'm going to stop talking. This is another great photo opportunity. This is the skyline of the city of Chicago, the most... the most crowded skyline after New York and before Miami. They're number 2 in the nation. East, which is the planned development. Supposed to be 15 buildings. They've got 13 of them up, and they've all gone up since 2002. The 2 newest ones are the yellow striped one, which is called Sears. Come on, folks, what are we talking about? It prevents the sway, absolutely. 2 gold stars right here. The bottom here is banqueting and restaurants. There are 2 restaurants in those, and they're both supposed to be very good. Now notice how the building, I have to tell you who the architect is. The architect is Jeannie Gay. The building opened in 2020. The hotel was only open for the first time this year. It's the 3rd tallest building in Chicago. You saw the first one, which was Sears Willis.
I really enjoyed that. It was cold, but I got outside to get a little bit of outside footage. The staff are lovely, really supportive. There's one particular guy who, I've just given you my card, so hi if you're watching. Thank you for checking in on me and making sure I was okay throughout the trip. The tour guide doesn't get paid. She does it voluntary. She doesn't take tips. They do it because they love Chicago and they want to do education. So $54, I did think it was a bit steep, but it's better than a taxi ride, right? That was 10 minutes. So yeah, I think it's worth doing. If you love buildings, if you love architecture, I think definitely put this on your list. These are the steps you have to come, I came down. It's quite a way down, so I'm going to go and see if I can discover where the disabled access is. Just asked a chap and he's just told me where one of them is. So we're here. So I want to head back this way to the hotel anyway. There's one there and one further up there and one right up the top there. Just walking along, got a big smile on my face, just thinking how lovely that chap was. And I feel really bad that I didn't get his name to give him a proper shout out. So, sorry nameless, I'm sure you're not nameless, I'm sure you do have a name. And hopefully it's just as nice, I'm sure it's just as nice as you are. But you know, I say very often the reason I do this vlog is to try and make a difference to someone's day, each day. And it's just about being kind, it's just about being nice, and just by giving somebody a smile, by checking in with them, just seeing if they're okay, just being nice, complimenting people, it makes such a difference. It really does. So yeah, it's really made a difference to my day, so that's great. There's all vendors along here, but they're shut until spring, they're shut for the winter. But the tour guide was saying on the boat that this river walk is 1.5 miles long. And I imagine it's very nice on a summer's day. She was saying there's a saying in Chicago that in 24 hours, wait 24 hours and the weather will change. And she said, so it's probably going to snow tomorrow. But I'm catching a train at 6 p.m. out of here, which I feel kind of sad about. I'm looking forward to going and meeting my next friend in Cincinnati, but I certainly do love Chicago. This is the memorial for all the veterans from Illinois who died in the Vietnam War. This is State Bridge, so just before State Bridge, and there's really cool double buildings. I got really confused. I thought this isn't disabled access because it kind of just goes up there to steps, but it is. Then I thought that just goes down steps the other way, but there is actually another ramp up there. A little bit more of a walk than just going up the steps, but at least it's good. If you're in a wheelchair, you can get down to the Riverwalk. And do you know what? I've seen quite a lot of people in wheelchairs in Chicago, and I'm not surprised because it really is disability friendly, I think. I mean, I'm sure there'll be difficulties and some people may say no it's not, I have difficulties getting to this place and that, but on the whole, from what I've seen, many of the shops are on levels, there's lifts, there's ramps. It really is quite a wheelchair friendly place compared to other places that I've been, and certainly compared to the UK. George Washington and Friends. Just up from the Memorial Park in memorial of those that died in Vietnam. Now I'm going to head up Wabash Street and get back to my hotel. Hopefully get some lunch on the way and try and defrost my frozen fingers. I was wondering if there is a hop-on, hop-off bus, and there is. Right here, you can get it right in front of the Trump building. Hop on, hop off. Download our app, bigbustours.com. Bit too late in the day for me to find it now, but next time I will definitely give it a go. Who's this? And this is a statue of Irv Kupcinet, Mr. Chicago, who embodied all of Chicago, his enthusiasm in the Chicago Sun-Times column and on his show, known to his friends as Kup. This is part of Ju Ming's Living World series, and it's called Gentleman, and right in front of what I most definitely think my most favourite building in this part of Chicago. Anyway, just coming off of Wabash because however you say it, there's the Star of Siam Thai that says it's open. That'd be cool if it is, because Thai is probably the safest eating out food for gluten and dairy free and vegetarian. Please be open. I need some good tucker before my train journey tonight. It's open, it's warm, it's unassuming, but it's dark. Oh, that's better. Sat me straight down, bought me some water without asking. Just look at the menu and get some food. All the gluten free and everything marked on the menu. I'm a very happy bunny. Basic but fun, and they're really, really nice. It's going to be a pad thai with vegetables, and take the broccoli out because I can't have broccoli. A lovely jasmine tea to warm me up. Wow, look at this, amazing. He did just ask me if I wanted any chopsticks, but well, it might have given everyone a laugh, mightn't it? I'll stick to my spoon. I might need a fork as well though. Food is so good. It's the best pad thai I've ever had. Absolutely delicious. So, and I think that's often the way, isn't it? I think places that run assuming, basic, displaying from the outside, haven't got all the fancy furniture and that, you get the best food. Now back at my hotel, I'm going to go in, get my case, got a little bit of leftover lunch for dinner later tonight, and then get myself to the station. So from north of the river in Chicago, ta-ta for now.